Wildcats Revenge is an RMC hybrid roller coaster located at Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Today I will be telling you why this is a top 5 coaster for me and why this is one of the most insane coasters I've ever ridden. So first, let's start off with the statistics of the ride. Wildcats Revenge reaches a top height of 140 feet and reaches a top speed of 62 miles per hour. The ride has a track length of 3,510 feet, and the ride features 4 inversions with a duration of 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Alright, now let's get into the review itself. Wildcats Revenge is an absolutely incredible RMC. This ride features some of the strongest airtime I've ever experienced on any coaster. The ride feels absolutely out of control, and it's one of the most insane coasters I've ever ridden. It's actually the most insane RMC I've done easily. This ride is just, it's insane. It's also really intense for an RMC. The whip on the inversions is amazing, and the airtime moments, like, you just get thrown over them. And it's just, like, the restraints element, like, they're not very good. But the airtime is so powerful that it hurts. And when the airtime hurts, that just shows how strong the airtime on this ride is, and I love it. The best part of this ride, it's debatable because there's so many good moments on this ride, but I think my favorite part of the ride is that moment right there. It is insane. You get thrown out of the seat and just go flying into the restraint. Actually, that was incorrect. My favorite part of the ride is actually the final airtime hill. That hill is ridiculous and the best RMC airtime moment I've ever experienced. It is insane. Like, it is just unbelievable. This ride, it is just like, it has so many insane moments. There is not a single dead spot on this ride. Every moment just throws you around. It's just like, it's nonstop from beginning to end. Even the pre-lift on this ride is really good. This ride just blew me away. And this is actually in my top 3, and well, it's my number 2 actually, and it's very close to being my number 1. I feel like if I got a night ride on this ride, because my one friend actually did, and he said it moved it up to his number 1, and actually a bunch of people I've heard who's ridden it at night say it's like it moves it above like their 2 up to their number 1 or even number 2. And this ride is very close to being my number 1. Steel Vengeance barely edges it out, but I feel like if I got a night ride on this thing, I think this would be my number 1 possibly. It's just unbelievable, and like, it just feels so out of control. Right now I give the edge to Steel Vengeance because it is a longer ride and it has more moments of airtime. However, certain moments on Wildcats Revenge, the airtime is definitely stronger. I just prefer Steel Vengeance because it has more length and more moments of airtime. However, if Wildcats Revenge at night feels more insane than anything on Steel Vengeance, then Wildcats Revenge would move up to my number 1, I feel like. However, right now Wildcats Revenge does sit in my number 2 spot, but I could definitely see this being my number 1 at the end of the year, especially if I get a night ride on this, because I do plan to go back to Hershey later this year. Anyways, I think I've talked about this ride definitely enough. Let's take a front row ride on Wildcats Revenge. So first, you exit out of the station and go through this awesome pre-lift section, which actually delivers some really solid moments of airtime if you get a ton of room on your restraint, like a lot of room on the ride. Then you climb up to 140 feet, and then you go down this drop, which in the back row, you'll get some great ejector airtime. You then go through this first inversion, which actually delivers some really good hang time and some decent whip. You then go into this insane camelback, where you go flying out of your seat. You also go flying out of your seat right there, and then you get some really good airtime right there as well. And then going into this inversion, you'll get some really good ejector airtime. Going out of it, you'll get some really good whip. And right here is an insane airtime moment as well. And then you go into the double down. This moment is insane. It delivers amazing ejector airtime. And these final 2 inversions deliver some really good whip. This moment also delivers some good whip, but these final 2 inversions are amazing. You then make a sharp turn here, go to the best moment of the ride. That final airtime hill is insane, and then hit the brake run. And this ride is just incredible, as I said, and that's why I gotta give this ride easily a 10 out of 10. This ride is incredible, and as I said, it ranks as my number 2 right now. However, I could see this actually being my number 1 by the end of this year. This ride is just absolutely bonkers. It is amazing. It is insane. It does everything I want in a coaster. Just a fantastic RMC. So yeah, that is my review on Wildcats Revenge at Hershey Park. Make sure to like this video, also subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Keep coasting on my coaster demons. Peace out.